52 seconds. 52 seconds. That's how long the mainstream news media covered the death of a man who is a community leader, a college graduate who went back to his hometown after leaving college to make a difference. I have never seen more people on social media talking about what a deep, caring, loving relationship they had with a man in my whole life. I'm literally seeing hundreds of posts on social media from Compton talking about the impact that this young man had on their life. These are adults. They're saying this guy like changed my life. People who I know who you would think are on opposite sides of the spectrum in LA are all coming together to talk about the impact this man had on their life. And the mainstream news media only covered this tragic killing for 52 seconds. And what makes it worse is they didn't even mention his name. They did not even bother to mention his name. All they did was spin it in a way that makes it look like the leadership apparatus of LA County and the leadership apparatus of Compton, California are in no way responsible for what happened. Let me show you, because I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to show you the 52-second clip that they played about this man's tragic death. And then we're going to learn about this man, who he is, and what he stood for and what he represented. And then I'm going to tell you why the hell Black people need to get the hell out of the hood. And when they get out the hood, they need to stay out of the hood. Stop thinking you going to go back and help these these bums. You're not going to help them. But I'm going to say that because this pissed me off.
LA County Sheriff deputies in Compton are looking for the person who shot someone in a neighborhood last night. This was a fatality as well. This was a scene on
LA Sheriff's deputies are looking for the person who shot someone. Let that sink into your skull. LA County Sheriffs are looking for the person who shot someone. I'm going to start that over so you could hear it again. No name, no face. Someone dead, but he just someone. I feel like what I'm hearing tells me he was more than just someone.
LA County Sheriff deputies in Compton are looking for the person who shot someone in a neighborhood last night. This was a fatality as well. This was a scene on Grandee Avenue just after midnight. You can see a large group outside with first responders amidst a 4th of July gathering. Still no word on a description of a shooter. After an hour, or we should say an hour earlier, deputies were called to a shooting at a large party in Compton. The agency says 2 people were shot on West Laurel Street at around 11:30. This is near a Metro Transit station. Authorities say a woman died at the scene. A man was taken to the hospital as well, where he died. No word on a shooter for this investigation. Right now, police do not think that these 2 shootings are connected.
Okay, so 2 shootings. Oh, 2 people were shot. 1 man died. 1 woman died. Police don't think these shootings were connected. That's it. Somebody who people are saying was a pillar in their community. Somebody who people know his story. He went to college. He came back specifically to help his community and serve people who are underprivileged in his community. This guy is known. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of people know this guy all over LA County. He's well known. Somebody was killed. This is exactly what I keep trying to tell y'all. You guys vote for these people. The only their only goal is to allow your city to turn into a dump and not be blamed for it. You sitting up in LA with a black damn mayor and someone who was a big time community activist, a big time, just someone who really was out here trying to help people. His name doesn't even get mentioned. Oh, and guess what? They've made no arrests. 3 killings in Compton, California on the 4th of July, and they haven't made an arrest. They don't even have a person of interest. But even despite that, you can't even get the names of these people mentioned on the mainstream media. They're just gone. They're just gone. And this is why I keep telling people, stop trying to help these people. Stop taking your ass back to the hood thinking you're going to help somebody. You're not helping these people. These people don't want your help. They don't even need your help. Because the minute you try to tell them what they need to do to change their life, they're going to curse you out. They're going to curse you out. Don't tell me what to do. Why would you take your ass back? Oh, let me play this video about this dude, because his name deserves to be at least said. Let the police kill somebody. Say her name. Say his name. Ain't that what black folks be hollering? Say her name. Say his name. Bro, they won't even say the name on TV of this dude who got killed, viciously murdered in Compton, California, in the Wilmington Arm Apartments. Don't know why anybody would ever go there. Ain't nothing but a bunch of ignorant ass Samoans and black people killing, doing violence, acting dumb, still trying to gangbang in 2026. I live in Long Beach. I live in California. I'm right by Compton. Literally, we sit right in the nuts of Compton. Nothing but a bunch of Samoans and blacks acting ignorant as hell up in there. That's it. Not all. I'm saying it. Alicia, stop making bullshit excuses.
To worry with the politicians. The hub lost a great man last night. Eric Washington, a young lady, was also unalive. Out celebrating with friends and family in Wilmington Arms, but things took a wrong turn. The community been sharing memories and the type of person he was when he popped out. He was a Grambling State University graduate and an outstanding citizen. It was reported at 11:20 p.m. Saturday of the 700 block of West Laurel Street. According to the Sheriff's Information Bureau, a woman was pronounced dead at the scene, deputy said. The man was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The building is listed as the New Wilmington Arms Apartments. No further details were made available. For the out-of-towners who may not know, this is where Roddy Ricch is from. Not sure if he was in the section or not for the holiday when things went down. But long live Eric and the young lady who was also unalive. He got love from a lot of the community and a few notable artists from the land, like Ash Bash and Asia.
I'm muting that music because I don't know what the hell, but y'all can see the visuals. Look at this. You can't even get the news media, the mainstream Democrat news media of LA, liberal. You can't even get them to mention the boy name. The man's name, he ain't even a boy, he's a grown man. You can't even get him to mention the name of the guy. So let me tell you something. If they're not even willing to mention bro name, they're not going to do anything about this crap. They like this type of stuff happening. They fought to defund the police for this stuff to happen. Compton got rid of their police department, right? Oh man, there's too much brutality. Da-da-da-da. The brutality is being committed by the ignorance. The brutality is being committed by the animalistic people who are here killing each other on a damn holiday, but will tell you in a minute that they're being oppressed. They'll tell you, oh, we're being oppressed. But when you leave them to their own devices in their own areas, what are they doing? They're slaughtering each other. The only thing that's supposed to be popping off on 4th of July is fireworks. Y'all found a way to kill probably one of the only things worthwhile coming out of Compton. It's already a shithole. But someone came back, left Grambling University to try to help that community. He's dead now. He's dead now for trying to help y'all. And do you think anybody's gonna like do anything like, hey man, we gotta stop this stuff, bro. We really gotta make a change? No. These type of people say, oh, niggas die every day. That's what they say. That's what they were saying when Nipsey Hussle got killed. You're not gonna save the hood by going back to the hood. This guy, Eric Washington, I didn't personally know him, but a lot of people that I know knew him. I'm low-key thinking I might have known, bro, and and I'm not connecting him with the person that I know, right? They out here standing up on cars. Yeah, they're having a good time, whatever. Ain't nothing wrong. They out there. But this is why a lot of black people choose not to go around other black people. They got Tommy the Clown up in there and all that, right? Cool. How does someone end up dead? What lowlife woke up that morning and said, yeah, man, I want to go kill somebody? Look at this dude. This dude's like coaching football. Hold on.
Two, or escalated the situation.
This guy who's doing this video, he knows more about bro than I do.
Of sure. I'm not sure everything and some for his people. The summer heat done for sure. Eric did everything and some for his people, but he still came up short. I'm not sure what led up to or escalated the situation, but it happened, and these the results folks gotta live with. The village had it going for the 4th. Everybody and their mama was outside. Things was good until they wasn't. It's regular for somebody to have an untimely demise on the 4th. It just sting a bit more when it's a good, solid person, Seemed like the bumpers get spared every chance that presented itself. Long live the fallen.
He's saying the same thing. It seemed like the people who out there agitating and causing the trouble, they always get spared. But somebody who trying to do something good, the guy is, they're the ones who are always falling victim. This guy was in that community trying to help people. He needed a friend like me. He needed a friend like me to say, dude, stop trying to go around those animals. Stop trying to help them. Stop trying to save them. Anybody who don't want to end up dead will leave that community. There are too many shelters and Section 8 vouchers and everything else to be sitting up in these dangerous apartment buildings around California. If you want to get the hell out of there, you can get out. Trust me. They got Section 8 They got Section 8 vouchers for cities you never even heard of, where ain't no black folks even living at, where you could get away from there. You're not going to fix something that has literally been designed to fail. You're not going to fix something that is going right according to the plans of the people who created that situation there. You're not. All you're doing is making yourself a target of some hater or some jealous bum who see you doing something for yourself, and he wants to take you out.
Let me know what y'all think about this, man.
I ain't got much to say, but y'all know what's up with me. Every time y'all run into me, I do something bad.
We known to get on foot and do bad things.
Just know, we them pirates. I mean, when we set seat, if we on your ass, we on your ass.
It's bad. You don't ain't car right here.
I on that exit wound, so my shit better.
These dudes are in the apartments that he got killed.
You gotta use it.
Y'all gotta bring us some money. Y'all want a peace treaty with us? Y'all gotta pay us to be nice to y'all. We pirates, we real life pirates. We see it, we take it.
In the new Wilmington Orange, man, you rocking with Big Pookaloo. Feel me? MVP TV. Shout out to bruh, man. We gonna show you his legendary section. That's what we is, man. Compton Crips.
How many Compton Crips is it? Like,
It's really 26 Compton Crip sets. I moved over here in 2000. Me coming over here, it was different. You know what I'm saying? I graduated to one of my first friends. You know what I'm saying? 5th grade. My boy Wu, rest in peace.
To me, y'all do something bad. Like, you know, not bad. I don't promote violence, but y'all know what's up, though. Y'all know what's up when y'all see that old young.
We ain't on here. You feel what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gotta send me at like about 20 million a Peachtree, because we ain't doing that one. That ain't us. I ain't gonna lie. That's
20 million to make peace with the other gang. Do you really think you're about to reach these people? These people get on the internet on camera telling you how savage they are. And you like, yeah, man, I'm going to go to the hood and help them. They're beyond help. The only thing that helps dudes like this is prison, where they go sit down for a long time and they realize, hey, I'm not the toughest guy in the world. Hey, I'm not the most gangster there is. Hey, once the guns are gone and I got to fight with my fist, I get tired of fighting real fast. These are the people, Eric Washington, this is the community Eric Washington thought he was going to help. He's one. He's one person. He's one person against the army of ignorant, degenerate people. He won, and right here alone, you got 5 dudes on camera like, yo, we are committed. We are committed to doing bad. And black people would defend these people. Oh, Brandon, you hate yourself. You hate your own kind. This ain't my kind. This ain't my kind. You hate your own people. These people are nobody's people. These are predatory people looking for somebody that they could take advantage of and get over on. This man said it would take 20 million for him to even consider making peace with another group. And y'all think that going around, oh, we need to do peace treaties. Y'all think stop the violence. Y'all think that shit gonna work. These people are committed to what they're doing. It's their job. Do you understand? No, kiss my ass. Knowledge is not, no. These people have knowledge. That's one thing about California and gangbanging. Stop thinking gangbangers are all dumb, right? Stop thinking gangbangers are all dumb. This is why today we are talking about Patriots versus Pookies. Dear black people, get out of the hood and stay there. 3 people killed on July 4th weekend, the day of July 4th. 3 people killed in Compton, California. One of them a prominent community advocate. Eric Washington, he coaching football. He out here helping people get food. He out here just giving people advice, mentoring people. Graduated from Grambling University, made a commitment, made a point to come back to his neighborhood in Compton, California, and make a difference. He dead now. He dead now. Okay, so this is all rooted in like good intentions. Oh, I'm gonna go do something good. But a problem that people run into is that a lot of people believe that just because they go into the hood and their intentions are good, it makes them believe that they're magically safe from the things that happen in the hood. But what people don't understand, environments like this that are volatile, they don't have a filter. They don't have a filter. They don't have a process of selection for who gets hurt by the violence, who gets hurt by the ignorant stuff that happens. A stray bullet can hit anybody. A sudden escalation between 2 gangs, two groups of Pookies. That is why when you're younger, when we were younger, we would go to block parties and stuff. But as we get older and things get even more out of hand, bro, everyone will tell you, don't go to no house party. Don't take your ass to no block parties, bro. Don't take your ass to no block parties. A bullet doesn't stop to ask, oh, are you a good person or you're a bad person? Are you totally neutral? Are you a part of what we got going on? A bullet doesn't stop to ask that. I'm just letting you know. And I don't even know if Eric got caught in just crossfire or if somebody who was jealous of him intentionally went and killed bro, right? But whenever you go into a situation like this, things can escalate quickly and things compound exponentially. You got a bunch of idiots who already, like these dudes, trying to kill each other, committed to killing each other. Then you add alcohol into that situation, a large crowd where people can have a certain level of anonymity, right? And you already got pre-existing tension that exists among the people from these different groups. What it's gonna, you know, the ignition point, right? The point at which things can, bam, light a fire and catch a blaze is extremely low. Somebody could step on somebody's shoe and it's cracking. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this. Someone stop this black man. Stop him from telling the truth. This right here is a doom shot. This is an ignorant black person who not only hates himself, he hates his whole community. He hates everything that look like him. What person would argue against a person telling black people, get out of the hood and stay out the hood? Do not go back to help. Do not go back to, don't even go back to loan somebody money. If they need some money, transfer it to their bank account, transfer, Cash App, something. Get out and stay out. Because if bro would have just said, F it, I'm turning up at Lucille's, I'm going to go over there and the family going to have barbecue. We're going to spend $200, $300, $400, $500. We just going to do it like a family thing, just us. He would be alive right now. If bro had a friend like me, he would be alive right now. Because I would have told his ass, don't take your ass over there around them niggas. You got something going for yourself. They don't. They're looking to make an example out of you. Now, everybody gonna call me a coon, but he'd still be alive. He'd still be alive. These people would still have their advocate. And oh, they say, oh, E, you meant so much to E this, E that. These people gonna go right back to being degenerates. They already back because he died on July 4th. Just think about that. You do not have protection. Your good intentions do not protect you from getting killed by one of these degenerate bums. You go into high-risk situations, yes, they compound very quickly. Shit spirals out of control very quickly. I learned that when I was younger. My uncle, he was a fucking idiot. He think, oh man, I'm just here to play basketball. So he think he go to any area in LA and just play basketball. I'm just here to play basketball turned into us getting into fights with the East Coast Crips, the Bounty Hunter Bloods, all these different gangs. After a while, I said, I got to stop hanging around this fool. Not because he's a bad person, because he's fucking ignorant. Because he think, damn, as long as I'm just there to play basketball, that protects me from being slaughtered by a degenerate bum pookie lowlife. And me at a young age, I realized, but that's not the case. Because we just had 2 fights in 1 week where dudes is clutching, dudes is pulling out guns because, you know, most of them, majority of them can't fight worth a damn. So they, you know, you beat them up, then they want to try to shoot you or they want to try to jump you. That's why they're in a gang, so they could jump on you if you beat them up. I said, we didn't fall 2 times in 1 week, got a gun pulled on us on one time, then the dude was clutching on the other one. We got to stop going around these areas. So I stopped going. He kept going. You know, he's still alive today by the grace of God, but he put himself in a foolish situation. And I'm sorry, but Eric, you know, I feel bad for bro. But bro, you went to college, bro. You know better. You knew better. You knew better, right? It's better to try to have an impact from a distance like some of these celebrities will do. Like, you ain't gonna see Snoop Dogg pulling up over there to the damn Laurel Arms. You don't even barely see Snoop Dogg pulling up to the hood in Long Beach, where he got an army of people ready to die for him. It's better to impact from a distance to show up in a reckless manner. That's what happened to Nipsey Hussle. He went back to his hood without a security guard and he got killed. He thought he was protected because, yo, this my hood. No. The hood don't love nobody. The hood is a bottomless pit. It will never get filled up, no matter how much blood gets dropped into it. It doesn't require you putting your life on the line to help your community. Many times, the people who truly won't help, they'll come to you. They will come to you. If you want to change your community, you got to survive first. You got to survive to really make a difference. Because the minute you're dead, boom, your light is out. Now, people might try to carry on what you were doing, but they're never going to do it to the same level that you're doing it. Black Sam is never going to take marathon clothing and all that to the level that Nipsey would have took it. He's doing a hell of a job, I'll tell you that. But that driving force behind it, that fire that ignited the ambition to make that great, that's gone. That's gone. But this guy, Eric Washington, he had good intentions, but bro didn't have a strategy. Bro had good intentions, but he didn't have a strategy. Even right now, let me tell you something that y'all not gonna realize, but you will only realize this if you're on this side of the computer. When I started playing the gang shit, a bunch of black people came in here and didn't say nothing. The views shot up to 150. They came because they saw, ooh, something degenerate is happening on this channel. Let me go watch. The minute they clicked on and they saw, no, this dude is talking against degeneracy. This dude is talking against this bullshit. They left. Many black people love degeneracy and violence. They see a black man get killed. They see a black man has gotten slain. That is a source of entertainment for them. They see dudes dressed like this, skulking around, looking like they up to no good. It appeals to them. That's why 50 black people came in here. And when they said, oh, he's speaking against the degeneracy, they left. Go to the gang channels where people learn about gang stupid shit. The views 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. What are you benefiting from learning how to be a Crip or a Blood? Tell me. This is 5 dudes sitting in a dirty ass apartment complex who they're planning on doing nothing all day, but either become a victim of someone or go victimize somebody. That's it. They don't own it. This is like, I think this is like community housing. What is the appeal of this? Boy, you got a beard on your face. Talking about, I came here in the 2000s. And by 2026, you should be out of there. Let's listen to what this guy's saying. He looks crazy.
2 little seconds that it wasn't even on
us, you know what I'm saying? So if niggas saying us, all right. You in the infamous snake roll, you know what I'm saying?
It's bad. You don't want a car right here, boy.
You ain't no tagging on the wall. You got covered up, right?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. That's they jumped out right here, did what they did like 2 little seconds. That it wasn't even no hard tagging though. Like, you know, for me, when you tag, make sure it's from you. Take your time with time and dedication with this. Do some hard stuff. You feel me? Make it seem like you was here for a minute. Don't just jump out and just make it look crazy and all that. That's what y'all do every time. Like, look at
These men are talking about what to do when you jump out to tag on a wall. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. It ain't no wonder why they don't live long. Their minds are just focused on just ignorance. You're wasting your time to try to show a bunch of people on the internet how tough your community is. Oh, yeah, we tough. I've been through there. It ain't a whole lot going on over there. My aunt's best friend used to live on the other side. There's this housing community called the Sunny Cove, and the Laurel Arms are behind it. So you can like go through there, and I believe, I don't know if you still can, but when I used to go in there, you could get to the Sunny Cove from the Laurel Arms, right? See, this, yeah, Jasmine Garden, yeah. They didn't used to have that fence up for a long time, but now it is there, automatic gate. Stop that crap. Look at this. Look, see, Israelites got no kind. These men are the product of the American government. No reparations, no general wealth, just the hood. Only people with the Holy Spirit can see. Man, shut your ass up. Talking about some damn Holy Spirit. You sound stupid. Eric Washington came out of there. He from Compton. What you mean? They got a chance. They have a chance. The government made you be a degenerate with a degenerate mind? What the hell are you talking about? And this is the problem. Where he's going to blame the government because a bunch of black men taught a bunch of other younger black men to be violent, degenerate pookies. The government didn't force you to be in a gang. Let me tell you. I used to hang around this area, y'all. Like, real talk, I used to hang around this area. But guess what? I was right across the street, and guess what I was doing? Was I cripping? Was I blooding? Was I gangbanging? No, I was riding horses. Learning how to ride horses, riding horses. I bought 2 horses right out of that community in Compton, moved my horses to Chino. I learned how to ride a horse and how to raise and train horses 1 block from where they're standing right now in an area called the Farms, where the Mexican people and black people over there, very peaceful area. Nothing's going on over there. They're raising horses. They have ranch style homes and they're raising horses. Bro, please. There's a whole program over there with a big ass arena where these black folks teach kids, youth, how to ride horses, how to take care of horses. They take them all over the country. I think, I don't know if they still have, but I believe they had a program where they would take the kids to Europe so they could learn how to ride like European style with the European style saddle and all that. Bro, there's opportunities. Dude, there's so many opportunities. You don't have to be a gangbanger, even if you grew up in Compton. I was a block away learning how to raise and ride and train horses. But I wasn't there to try to learn how to be a Crip. Waco, Texas. You're looking at a small percentage. Plus, you making money off of putting your people down. It pays to be negative. There are Mexican whites, all race have a. Where are the white hoods at? You're making excuses. The small percentage has a great impact on the larger percentage. That's what you don't understand. Because the larger percentage, the reason why the small percentage of black people are able to be degenerate is because the larger group of black people make excuses for it, like what you're doing. See, you're a person who knows better, but instead of being like, bro, you got the right message, bro, we need to stop doing it. We need to leave that behind. You're making an excuse for it. And so when little kids see that, they say, you know what, it must not be all that bad, because people who know better are making an excuse for it. So if I go out here and make a bunch of bad decisions and end up in jail for life, that's not really my fault. I can blame that on somebody else. Oh, you making money. What money? No one gives a fuck about these people who are dying in Compton. I would have made actual money if I would have talked about Donald Trump in his speech against socialism when he spoke on July 4th. I don't know why black people think that everybody is paying to hear about no one cares about your problems. I'm covering this to bring awareness to the death of somebody that nobody gave a fuck enough to cover. The news gave you 52 seconds. And I felt that was wrong So I got up and said, you know what? Let me cover it to bring a little bit of awareness to it. You niggas ain't gonna donate. Y'all not gonna put a super chat up. You're just gonna say, oh, he talking down about us. The black people who make money on YouTube are political commentators who don't never talk about black people unless they really talking shit on black people. There were a lot of other stories I could have covered. There are people who watch this channel every day who will not watch this show because they're like, who is that? He got killed in Compton. What else is new? He shouldn't have never been over there. See, that's the funny thing. People who have common sense and who are adults, they don't watch content that's reiterating things we should already know. This man was he was a big time person in his community. He was somebody who was trying to make a difference. Nobody even cared about him enough to even mention it. The Democrats y'all voted for won't even mention his name. They'll scream, oh, crime is down by 20%. This makes no money. This topic ain't gonna make no money. Most of the people watching this are passing through because they see, look, I could time it. Okay, we're at 115 people watching, right? Watch, I'm going to play it. I'm going to rewind this. I'll show you the difference. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to rewind the Pookieism. I'm going to hit play on the Pookie shit. Watch as I hit play on this, and I got it on the big screen. The numbers are going to start to tick up. Because black people, they're scrolling through with their phone. They're going to see something that look like gang shit, which is what they want to see. Let's see what the Crips is talking about, right? And then they're going to click in. Then they're going to hear me talking bad about gang members and stuff and why this is ridiculous. Then they just click out. That's what it is. Nobody is trying to, a lot of our people, I got family members and stuff. I ask them, what y'all watch on? Oh, man, just crazy, stupid shit, like ignorant stuff. They know it's ignorant, but it's entertaining to them. It's entertaining for them. Free Larry Hoover. Keep that nigga in jail forever. But I'm telling you, when they see the gang stuff, the numbers going boop, 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 because they think we on here talking about like, they think we're on here encouraging, praising gang culture. That's what they think. They think we're here praising gang culture. But the minute they realize we're not going to praise gang culture, they're going to leave. Trust me. No, Ralph Jackson, you shut the F up. You're a clown. I'm a clown because I'm telling black folks, get out the hood, man. You saw the movie Get Out, and it was like, get out of the white neighborhood. No. Get out of the black neighborhood and stay out of it. The black folks who want to do right, they will come to wherever you are. Trust me. I live in a nice neighborhood. My neighborhood is very nice, right? I'm 2 blocks from the beach. There are black people who have moved here. They are very nice people. If I talk to them, yeah, man, I moved out of this hood ass area. Yeah, man, I moved out of Watts. Hey, man, I moved out of Compton. I moved out of South Central LA. But they're not pookies. They're not degenerates. Any black person with sense would get the hell away from these people as fast as possible. Eric is dead. But Eric is dead because he made the mistake of believing that just because he had good intentions, that somehow, was going to like protect him, I guess. I mean, maybe he didn't think that, but that's all I could think of. Why would anyone even be there? There's no reason to go there. It ain't enough partying on earth to make me go up in the Laurel Arms at night talking about a damn block party. These people will literally have to be destroyed for the advancement of black people. Even Umar Johnson said that. Even Umar Johnson was like, some of them just gonna have to go. Some of the YNs and stuff, they're gonna have to just be deleted. Now, I don't know who's gonna delete them. But I heard a man on this video that we're watching right now say, if you want me to make peace, I need 20 million. Bro, have you ever even touched 10,000? 20 million to not go kill and be a degenerate. This is what I'm telling y'all. Crazy stuff. A community leader killed. 52 seconds of reporting. Bro got nothing. They gave bro nothing.
Sheriff deputies in Compton are looking for the person who shot someone in a neighborhood last night. This was a fatality as well. This was a scene on Grandee Avenue just after midnight. You can see a large group outside with first responders amidst a 4th of July gathering. Still no word on a description of a shooter. After an hour, or we should say an hour earlier, deputies were called to a shooting at a large party in Compton. The agency says 2 people were shot on West Laurel Street at around 11:30. This is near a Metro Transit station. Authorities say a woman died at the scene. A man was taken to the hospital as well, where he died. No word on a shooter for this investigation. Right now, police do not think that these 2 shootings are connected.
Yeah, so the man who died, that's Eric. No name. You go back to the hood, you trying to help somebody, you do all this good, you get killed, right? And it's just like, whatever. The news gave this man 52 seconds of time. 52, and didn't even say his name. Imagine getting killed and you done all this good and nobody even hit the news station to be like, hey, y'all need to like show some respect to my boy. He was out here doing the most. And shout out to the politics and TV dude, because if he wouldn't have did anything, you wouldn't even know this guy's name. You wouldn't even know this guy's name if it wasn't for this political street news dude. But but then he basically turns the shit into a hood vlog, which is like, bro, let the man have his moment, man. But I'm gonna play the part where he talks about this dude, says his name and all this.
He was a Grambling Day tire, celebrating with friends and family in Wilmington Arms, but things took a wrong turn. The community been sharing memories and the type of person he was when he popped out. He was a Grambling State University graduate and an outstanding citizen. It was reported at 11:20 p.m. Saturday of the 700 block of West Laurel Street. According to the Sheriff's Information Bureau, a woman was pronounced dead at the scene, deputy said. The man was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The building is listed as the New Wilmington Arms Apartments. No further details were made available. For the out-of-towners who may not know, this is where Roddy Rich is from. Not sure if he was in the section or not for the holiday when things went down. But long live Eric and the young lady who was also unalive. He got love from a lot of the community and a few notable artists from the land, like Ash Bash and Asia.
Yeah. So he's a well-known guy. Even these artists, these musical people, they they were, I'll actually have Ash Bash on Instagram, and I saw it because her. She was like, man, you don't know how many times like we sat up and talked. Ash Bash is a rapper. She was like, we would sit and talk about my music and stuff. We would have dinner, whatever. Like they had like just a really good friendship. Now he's dead. Boy, you couldn't pay me to go up in here and help these niggas.
The summer heat up for sure. Eric did everything and some for his people, but he still came up short. I'm not sure what led up to or escalated the situation, but it happened, and these the results folks gotta live with. The village had it going for the fort. Everybody and their mama was outside. Things was good until they wasn't. It's regular for somebody to have an untimely demise on the fort. It just sting a bit more when it's a good, solid person, you know?
Look, it's regular for somebody to get unalived on the 4th. It just stings a bit more when it's a good, solid person. That's the mindset in the hood. These people are totally desensitized to death. It just hurt a little more if it's somebody they think is good. But overall, it's like business as usual. Business as usual. Kamala 80. Can we just call the hood what it is? It's one of the epicenters of black satanic activity, 100%. It ain't all good in the hood, man. It's not all good in the hood. Get black people. Get out of the black community and stay out. and do not go back for any reason. If they need money, Cash App. If they want to see you, meet them at a restaurant in an affluent white area. Don't go to Roscoe's like P&B Rock. He ended up dead trying to sightsee. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is like doing good. It requires a strategy, not just heart, not just sympathy or empathy for the people. If you compromise your own safety, you're not really solving the problem. You're just risking becoming a part of the tragedy. No piece of content, no good intentions. None of that is worth taking your ass into these communities. These communities are ticking time bombs, and when they explode, they take lives. It sucks that this had to happen, bro. But goddamn, man, the guy went to Grambling. I have to believe that this guy was smarter than this. I have to believe. Hey, Johnny, come up. You could help me you could help me spread this message, man. Cause I'm literally telling these folks, like, no, bro, the hood, it ain't all good in the hood, man. They don't even know, they have no leads on who took this dude's life. Straight up. Excuse me. They have no leads on who killed bro. So this is most likely gonna go down unsolved. EE came to the hood. He came from Grambling University to give back to his community. Bro died. Bro dead now. And nobody can even tell you. And you know it's people who know who did it. It's the hood. There's probably 100 people who know who did this. But they're not going to say anything. They're not going to say anything. Why? Because that loyalty to the degenerate shit is all that matters to these people. I promise you. Being loyal to degeneracy and Pookieism is what matters to these people. The link to come up is in the comments on YouTube. My boy Johnny, he from Cali just like me. Bro got the hell out. Bro got out of Dodge, bro. He from the hood just like me. Bro moved. And these men act like, oh, we can't move. And, oh, it's, man, bullshit. You could move. Your ass could do DoorDash or something and have $2,000 in a month and move. It's be more than that. But still, you can get that money to move. Tax season come around every year. And I see Negroes who ain't even working getting taxes. Look, another one bites the dust. The hood wins again. Exactly. Stay out of the hood. Get out. Stay out. Go move around some good white folks. Go move around some white folks. You can say whatever you want about me. I'm going to tell you the truth. You have very little chance of something bad like this happening to you if you're around white folks. I'm just telling you. Bro, me and the fam, 4th of July, what did we do? We didn't go around no niggas. I promise you that. We didn't go to the hood to prove how down we was. We didn't go to the hood to prove how down we was. Hell to the no. Hell, I look like going over there to eat some damn burnt ass barbecue with a bunch of fools who probably looking at me trying to hate on me and kill me as soon as they get the chance. I'm telling you, I done been in situations, man. People will know you, and even people you know will be acting funny. Like, what the hell? They'll be invited you. Then you get over there, they're acting weird. And now you got to figure out a way to get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Before shit pop off. Black people know. All black people know that funny feeling you get when you know some bullshit about to pop off. Who do?
Peace. Thanks for having me up.
Yeah.
And I try to make it brief because I never want to be long-winded. But respectively, I have to disagree with you on just one key aspect. No, brother, we have to help the African American community. Or in other words, the reason why Latinos in the U.S. have surpassed African Americans is because Latinos are willing to help each other out. They got politicians. My bad, I'm gonna land my plane with this, I promise you. Right now, you have Latino politicians that have created sanctuary policies to shield Latino criminals from being deported. They help their people when they break the law. So we got to help our people out. If not, we're going to stay at the bottom.
So a community activist got killed by a black degenerate, and your only thought, your brain went immediately to, well, Latinos shield their criminals. You care more about the criminals than the people doing the right thing. You didn't say nothing about how we can help them and remain safe. Your mind went straight to, well, other groups shield their criminals. Guys, listen to the dysfunction. Peep the
Exactly.
dysfunction.
And
His mind
also,
went to, hold on.
my bad, go ahead, good. My
Your
bad.
mind said other groups shield their criminals. So your mind immediately went to the defense of the person who killed this guy versus like keeping people like him safe. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you don't have to mischaracterize me. My
I'm
point is,
not, you said it.
no, I never said that we need to shield killers. I never said
You
that.
just said Latinos
No, what I
shield their
said was,
criminals.
well, allow me to complete my sentence because I think you'll actually agree with me. Do Latinos not create sanctuary city policies that protect Latino criminals from being deported? Yes or no?
White people, white liberals create those
Exactly.
policies. White liberals create
Exactly.
those policies. And
Even
black.
in LA, on the
Black
LA
liberals
City
too.
Council, let's have a dialogue. On LA City Councils, you had Nori Martinez. She supports sanctuary city policies that protect Latino
And
criminals from
she's a
being deported.
racist. And she's a racist.
Definitely. She's racist in favor of her own race, correct?
Yes, but do
So
you
you agree
understand?
with me, so just hear me out. What I'm saying is, no, we should not allow black degenerates to run amok in our community. No. Matter of fact, even in my own community in Columbia, Maryland, Long Reach, I literally conducted community patrols to ensure the safety of our elders and our children and our adults. But back to the focal point. What I'm saying is, black Americans cannot adopt the mentality that we will abandon the African American community because if we do, we will remain the bottom caste. No, we have to work together, brother.
Black people laid down the red carpet for Latinos to come in,
I agree.
move into the upper echelon of the political structure, and basically treat black people like shit.
I agree. That was a mistake, right?
Listen, it wasn't a mistake because you did it intentionally. That
But
was
it
no
was a
mistake.
mistake.
No,
It
it's
did not
not, because
benefit us.
here's a
Did it
mistake.
benefit us? I'm not trying to
Listen,
argue with you.
no, it didn't benefit us, but we're
All
still
right.
doing it. The mayor
That's
of
my
LA is
point.
black.
Exactly. That's my point.
She
So the
knows that.
same way,
Wait, hold on,
hear me
hold
out.
on, hold
Go ahead.
on. I did hear you out. So Nuri Martinez is a racist. She hates blacks. She got caught on a hot mic talking big shit about black people, calling them monkeys and everything else. Why is she still sitting on the council?
Because Latinos supported her. Checkmate. You believe me in my point. You understand
No,
my point and you're proving it.
the government, the
Exactly.
Constitution of the United States
And who
allows
voted for
for her to
Nori
be,
Martinez, brother?
listen, the Constitution of the United States and many other constitutions make a way for you to remove somebody from office for racism and bigotry. But here's the thing, you have to make the people aware of that. Do you see?
Brother, you think the Latinos don't know Nori Martinez was
No.
racist?
Do you
You
see
think they don't
Karen
know?
Boss? Do you see Karen Boss making a big deal of it, bringing it up to Gavin
No,
Newsom?
you're proving my point. No, she is
Oh
not.
God.
That's my point. Hear me out, and
No,
I'm gonna say this and drop back down. And I appreciate you allowing me to have the mic. What I'm saying is the same way African American voters and African American politicians bend over backwards to protect Latinos and Latino criminals from being deported, we need to bend over backwards to
the
protect our own
our
community.
criminals, our own criminals, right?
You said that I didn't.
No,
You
look.
said that I didn't.
Okay, guys, this is why two black men can never have an honest conversation, and we always devolve into arguing. He said the same way Latinos put laws in place to shield their criminals, the black people need to come put things in place to shield their community.
Exactly.
Bro, listen, you're comparing what these people do. I'm talking about criminals. I've never said one thing about the black community. I said stay out the hood. Stay out the
But the
hood.
hood
Don't
is
go
not
back.
just criminals. The
Yes,
hood
it
is not just
is.
criminals.
Yes, it is. The hood is
Your granny don't live in the hood?
listen. No, my granny
Did she
dead.
live in the hood?
No, she did not.
She
No,
never
she did
lived in the
not.
hood?
No,
You don't got no
no.
cousins in the hood?
I don't talk to them.
That's
If I do, I
checkmate,
don't talk to
brother.
them.
There are black people in the hood that are not
Listen, man.
criminals.
Listen. My
Yeah.
cousins who live in the hood are products of the hood.
Are they
They're not.
criminals? You don't got to answer that.
Most
Don't answer
likely.
that. Don't
No,
answer
I'm
that.
sure they are.
But
I'm sure they
don't
are.
answer that. Don't answer
What
that.
I'm
My
the
point
point.
is,
No,
you know
you
that there
got.
are black people in the hood that's
You
not
have to
criminals.
listen to my point.
I'm listening,
Black
brother. Go ahead.
people in the hood are a product of the hood. The days when granny and grandpa was living in the hood and they had a house, they've been there 30 years and watched the hood go down, those days are over. Those people are dead, right? Now, that's why the hood is quickly becoming less black, because the pillars of that area of the community there, they're dead now. And the kids get the house and sell it in 3 weeks. So now what is left? They're degenerate, entitled offspring who are producing more degenerate, entitled offspring. So what I'm telling you is, even if a black person lives in the hood, if they want to do better, they will leave the hood to do that. A person who want to work, there are no jobs in the hood. Let me start there. Let me prove it to you. There are no jobs in the hood. Any black person from the hood who want to work gonna have to act right, leave the hood to go find a job outside of the hood. You're gonna have to go to the mall, to the shopping center, wherever, find a job. So it's just the same. The black people who really want help to get the hell away from the hood, or even if they want to heal the hood, they are willing to leave the hood to go get that help.
And
You do
let me
not
say this
have
in
to go to
closing.
the hood to help black
My bad,
people.
go
You
ahead.
don't. You don't have to go to the hood. Black people know how to get on the bus to go to the county building to get EBT and everything else.
I'm not disagreeing with that part, but let me make my closing statement. And to be honest, if you push back on this, you just arguing just to be arguing. Because what I said is irrefutable. There are African Americans to this day that live in the hood. The majority of them are not criminals. So, yes, it would not benefit us if we abandon them. But thanks for having me. I know you're going to rebuttal, but I'm going to drop down for the rebuttal.
Okay, cool.
Peace. Much love.
If a black person live in the hood and they're not a criminal, that person can expect you to come into the hood to help them. That person, if they're not criminal minded, realizes they have to move out of the hood or leave the hood to get the help they need. I just made it clear with the situation with a job. You got black folks working in Beverly Hills that live in South Central LA, but they understand, hey, if I want to make that money, I got to get out of here. If I don't want to be in a situation where I could get killed, I need to get out of here. There are other places where it's cheap to live that are not the hood. And the hood is not even cheap. A lot of black people left California because they couldn't even afford to live in the hood and moved other places and was like, man, I love it out here. It's way nicer out here. They'll look at it like, I can't believe that I spent as much time in the hood as I did. You don't have to stay in the hood. Everybody, even animals, understand migration. My thing is like this: if people getting killed all around me, you don't got to tell me to leave. For my own self-preservation, I know, hey, I got to get the fuck out of here. That's the problem. We got this moment. We got to help the hood. Shit, I got to help my family. My daughter needs her dad around. I hope this guy didn't have no kids, because that just adds another layer of tragedy to the situation. If every good person died trying to help the hood, what do you have then? What do you have then? Get out the hood. Stay out the hood. You do not have to go back and help these bums. You don't. You don't owe them anything, because the person who owes them is them. And if they can't pay themselves what they owe themselves, then you damn sure don't owe them nothing. Yes, the kids, oh, it's tragic, but they mama chose for them to be right there. They daddy chose. That's what their mother and father wanted for them. Look, let me tell you something. I didn't even live in the hood, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. When I was younger, right? When I was a kid, I lived in the hood. But what I'm saying is this: when I became an adult, right? I lived in North Long Beach. It wasn't a bad area. It was right by this park called Ramona Park. Was there some gang element there? There was a few little gang members around there, but it was like they wasn't doing nothing. It was it was a peaceful area. The gangs lived like on the other side of Artesia, some gang called Mac Mafia, Crip or something. But that was like more, it was out of where I live. The street where I live was a quiet little street. And it was like, the only problem is across the street from that street, there was an oil refinery called Paramount Petroleum, right? So I had my daughter, she was born, newborn baby. We had her there for probably 6 months to 8 months. She kept getting respiratory infection, right? She kept getting sick. Now, I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment. I was paying $800 a month for rent. She kept getting sick. So we would take her to the doctor. He would prescribe her like Q-tap, what they give kids. And the doctor was like, where do you guys live? We had a black doctor. Because he was like, she's getting respiratory infections, as a little baby pretty frequently. And so we told him like where we live. And he was like, oh. He was like, yeah, you live by a refinery, right? And though they test the air quality and say everything is all good, he said there might be something in the air up there, that's irritating her respiratory system, causing her to have a respiratory infection. Let me tell y'all something. I was working at a grocery store making $8.10 an hour. Listen to me. I was working at a grocery store making $8.10 an hour. I was working, like not making a bunch of money. My daughter's mom was on maternity leave, so she wasn't working, right? When I tell you, I went to work, worked 12-hour shifts every day. When I got off work, the days I was off work, I was apartment hunting. I looked up in Long Beach, where's the best air quality in Long Beach, right? Hold on. I looked up where's the best air quality in the city of Long Beach. And so it said down near the beach, the western port, the western marina area, Marina Pacifica area, right? I worked. Now this a white area, mind you. So racism and all that, right? Every day apartment hunting in this area. I live here still to this day. Every day apartment hunting in this area. I finally ran into a white man from Boston. His name was Ron. He had a trach, like a thing in a hole in his throat. He ate through a tube in his stomach. That guy said, he said, first I had to go to his house. He lived in Seal Beach. I drove to his house. I sat in his living room. He said, one thing about me, the only color I care about is green. You can move in. When do you want to move in? I said, well, I have all the money in like 2 weeks when I get paid. Bro handed me the key. Because I kind of was telling about the situation with my daughter. He handed me the key. Start moving your stuff in now. Just make sure you have my money. Like that. Just like that. I stayed there for 2 years. The price of the rent was going to go up. He was like, you could stay here, but the rent is going to go up. He said, but I know you got the baby. So he's like, it's a place around the way, 2 bedrooms for less money. I said, shoot. Okay. He paid me. He gave me my money. He gave me money, gave me my money back, my deposit and my rent back so I could move to the new place right around the corner. Bro, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. Oh, you can't get out the hood. I literally, on an $8.10 an hour job, moved from the north side of Long Beach, which is now atrocious because all the niggas live up there now. It's bad up there now. I moved from up there to the beach, to the marina area of Long Beach, right? On $8.10 an hour. Now we know things got to get adjusted for inflation and all that stuff, but I had to do it. As a man, I had no choice. My kid's health was in jeopardy. So I had to do what I had to do. And trust me, there were situations where I got denied. Like they gave one apartment, really, this apartment was hella nice. There was one, they gave it to a college student over me. And even the lady, it was a husband and wife who ran the management company. And the wife was like, yeah, you can come pick up the key. So I went to go get the key. The husband walks out of his office and says, oh no, we're going with the other girl. The wife looked at him and said, but honey, she doesn't even have a job. And she couldn't even find a co-signer. He said, well, I made a decision on it. You know, your wife gonna blast you out every time, right? So I'm like, so y'all really, a man that's working, a family, right? Where, the wife work, she will go back to work eventually. Y'all gave it to a college student with no co-signer and no job over a family of black folks, right? Bump it. Then I had found the other place and then we were good. But that's what I'm saying, man. If you want something, you can get it. Still, even easier now. All gas, no brakes. Back when I was, what is this? SJW? I don't know what that means. I wanted to go back and do work in my hood. My brother warned me that this would be my same fate. This is sad. Bro, I'm telling you, as a black man, you have to learn from experience. You can't really be a father or a leader if you don't learn from experience. Even animals learn from experience. The leader of a wolf pack, he know the hunters like to be in this area, so he leads his pack around that area. We don't go over there because the hunters are over there, right? So it's like, if you're not going to learn from your experience, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You're just setting yourself up for failure. Hey, Johnny, if you stood there, I just put the link to come up in the comments. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose in the end. But I just share my story because I don't want to hear this shit about, oh man, we can't move. And plus now, guys, rent in the hood and rent in the nice neighborhood is damn near the same. There's an apartment for rent right around the corner from me. They rent a 1-bedroom for $700 a month, and the 2-bedroom, I want to say, is $2,400 a month. You got people right now living in the heart of fucking Compton paying $2,400 a month. Living in the heart of Watts, living in the heart of South Central LA, paying $2,400 a month. I kid you not. Oh, but I can't move. No, just act like you got some damn sense. Go to the management company, fill out the application. Don't go in there with all your damn kids running around. Hawthorne, exactly. Hawthorne is expensive as hell. Inglewood, but Inglewood is nice. I like Inglewood. They got some nice parts, but they also got some degenerate parts too. But what I'm saying is, there's no excuse. I feel bad. My heart goes out to this brother family. I don't want, it's just sad. It's just sad that somebody who was really trying to help their community got killed like this. And the mainstream media, they're never going to cover it. They're never going to give names. And honestly, the police don't care. They don't care. Unsolved cold case. They don't care because they want to keep screaming, crime is down, crime is down. Crime ain't down. You guys are just not arresting criminals. You guys are just not investigating crime. That's why crime is down. That's why crime is down. Brandon is like our California slum tour guide. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. California got some crazy places, but you can get out of those places. You can, with very minimal effort, you can get out of those places. So there's no reason people should have to live in the Laurel Arms. Let me look at the rent for the Laurel Arms. I know one of y'all boogers is in here who live in the Laurel Arms. Okay. So rent at the Laurel Arms right now is saying that it's $1,231 for a 1-bedroom apartment. See, this is like community apartments though, I think. Low income housing. And people will be staying in these apartments just so they can get the cheap rent, but it's like, bro, it's not worth it. How do you even feel safe letting your kids play outside in a place like this? With little Pookie and Ray Ray running around talking about, yeah, man. Yes, damn. Yep, low income housing. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, so this is low income housing. I knew this was some ghetto shit. This is low income housing. It's a HUD subsidized apartment complex managed by the Compton Housing Authority. The property participates in the Section 8 project-based rental assistance program. For eligible residents, rent is typically set at 30% of the household adjusted gross income. To qualify, households generally must earn 50% or less of the area median income. Some units may be available to those earning up to 80% of the area median income, but priority is often given to extremely low income families. Due to high demand and subsidized rates, the property typically has a long waiting list that may be closed to new applicants at times. Prospective tenants must apply through the Compton Housing Authority. But this is what I'm saying. You get them in here, you give them free rent, and then they never leave. And so then you just have generations of poverty. That is literally how you create generational poverty. But I bet you if you said, look, you could stay here for 2 years. You could stay here for 3 years, then you got to leave. 5 years, then you got to leave. I bet you people would be getting their act together. Get your act together or you're going to be paying full rent somewhere else because you're going to be out of here. You create a breeding ground for these type of degenerates. They don't got to go get a job because mama could cover the rent doing whatever she's doing because the rent is dirt cheap, right? It actually encourages underhanded, underground degeneracy. That's why you have able-bodied men who look like they're 25 years old sitting around all day talk about, yeah, you have to give me 25 mil to make peace. But do you think the Compton Housing Authority got somebody on the internet scouring, looking for these gang members? Because they all online and saying, oh yeah, your son online saying he in a gang, you got to move out. No. They've made these breeding grounds for degeneracy. And that's why I told you to do E. He never had a chance because, bro, you're going into a situation where they've literally designed it to be the way it is, thinking that you're going to change it. You think you're going to change a situation that is this way by design. Good luck. Good luck. The brother didn't even know what he was up against. You ain't going up against just, the hood mindset. You ain't going up against, your friends not being able to see that there's a better way and there's a better future for them. That's not what you're going up against. You are going up against a design system that has been designed by the powers that be in these communities. And it was literally created to be a breeding ground for gang members and degenerates. That's what E was up against. And he didn't even know it. Okay, guys, we're going to move on. That went a little bit long. Hey, shout out to my boy All Gas No Brakes for the $9.99 holler. Yes, if you are in a position to do so, please contribute to the stream. If you like the content that you're seeing, feel free to contribute. We have Cash App, PayPal. We also have the link to the Discord. Join the Discord pinned at the top of the chat. Also, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, all the housekeeping. Get it cracking. That's our internal housekeeping. Shout out to Nakneezy. Let's do that. Now we got to talk about this Rosa Parks race hoax. There's this image going around with this lady sitting on this bus on July 4th, surrounded by quote unquote white supremacists. I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we do it, boy. But black people have somehow made this into a racial issue. Black folks have somehow turned this lady into the next Rosa Parks because she was on a bus with a bunch of white guys who were catching the bus down to the Capitol so that they could march on the 4th of July. Now, some conservatives. Oh, you in here? Where you at? I don't see you. Where you at, bro? Click it. Click the link. Oh, you on YouTube. Okay, yeah. All right, the link's back in there. So, yeah. So conservatives are split. A lot of us believe that it was staged. Those guys were basically paid by like the Southern Poverty Law Center. Others of us believe that even if they were conservatives, which these people haven't made anybody aware of any political affiliation that they have. But even if they were conservatives, I mean, the obvious thing is they have every right to catch the bus. The Pookies and YNs can wear masks, but when grown men wear masks, it's a problem. And the lady was not harmed or threatened in any way. So we are now calling this the new Rosa Parks racism hoax. And they're doing stuff like this. The black woman on the train did not look away. How much longer will we? Aaron Haynes. So people are grifting off of this. She didn't look away. What are you talking about? No one was looking at her. These dudes are minding their own damn business, headed to wherever they're headed. I spent the holiday weekend, and I'll read you what this lady's saying. She says, I'm talking about if there was ever a nothing burger, this is it. I spent the holiday weekend in the annual Essence Festival of Culture in New Orleans, a great American city with a rich and complicated history. The festival is a gathering of thousands of black women that for many is a space for safety. She's illiterate too because she can't write. But anyway, for many is a place of safety, community, and celebration. Scrolling through the scenes of pageantry and patriotism on my social media feed on the 4th of July, a devastating image stopped me. A photograph of a lone black woman on a train staring out from a crowd of white nationalists. How do you even know they're nationalists? In our nation's capital. I felt compelled to put words to what I felt, seeing her face and expression I could not put out of my mind. So basically, you were scrolling the internet, you saw an image that really kind of looks like AI to me, and you projected your feelings, right? You projected your feelings onto this lady and onto this situation, and then said, I'm gonna go write about it. These people are ignorant. I wish we could find this woman, because I have a strong feeling that if we found her, she would be like, nothing happened. It was all good. They were polite. Because I was on Greg Foreman's channel, and he played some clips from video that they took while while they were on the train, on the bus. And what I heard didn't sound like anyone was scared. It didn't sound like anyone was being harassed. It didn't sound like any of that. It sounded like people were just on the bus trying to get to where they was going. And the dudes, from what I heard them say, they were being very polite. They were telling people like, sorry, we got you guys scrunched up on here, you know, all this type of stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're talking, I'm trying to figure out what the hell these people are talking about. But I didn't hear anything on when they have video from being on the bus. I didn't hear anything that was like offensive. But I want to play this to add some context to the situation.
Hey, heat stroke. Yeah, you do heat stroke. All you've been to the gym. How you sweat.
Sit, man. Don't mean to cramp you up here, sorry. I got it.
We cannot have a split screen where on one side you have Christian fascists, thugs, patriot front.
So Christian fascist thugs, whether they're Christian fascist thugs or not, I didn't see them doing anything harming anybody. They're on the train. The guy apologized to the guy, sorry to have you squished up here. He asked another guy, do you need a seat, man? This type thing. Like, what exactly? And DZ, yeah, you could believe they're goofies in uniform and all that. How are they hurting you? Because y'all grown men kind of sounding like, y'all not even sound like females, because the females were on the bus chilling. Like, are you scared of Patriot Front? Is that why it hurts your feelings to see them on the bus? But like I tell y'all, the more black people try to act like they're independent thinkers and all that, women like this lady at the top of the screen, this is who controls the black community. Listen to what she said. Now, these dudes ain't did nothing to hurt nobody, but she's already determined them to be fascists, this and that.
We cannot have a split screen where on one side you have Christian fascists, thugs, patriot front, literal Nazis marching the streets of DC, talking about purging this country of immigrant blood and reclaiming the nation in the streets, while in the halls of power they create law and policy that is no different. We can't have that celebration on the one side and the decent people sitting at home watching fireworks doing nothing.
These are the white people who control black thought in America. Literal Nazis saying they want immigrant blood. They didn't say any of those things. I saw them catch the bus down, do a march around the Capitol, and then they went home, right? We don't know who these people are. They have masks on. I haven't seen any white national group wearing masks. I haven't. The only groups I've seen with the masks were like Antifa, those type people. So I don't even know. These could be Antifa people dressed up trying to make you scared of fascist Nazis. But all I know is if they're not putting their hands on anybody and they're not hurting anybody, they have a right to say what they want to say in America. The lady was burning the American flag on July 4th. Nobody cared about that. What up, Johnny? First time in the building. What's up, dude?
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, I'm echoing on you.
No, you good.
Oh. Yeah, man, this shit wild, bro. She didn't get stabbed, did she?
She didn't get stabbed. No. Yeah, no, she did not get stabbed like the young white girl Zaruska or whatever, who got killed by that crazy dude in on the train. And what was she? Tennessee or something? Do I got a delay?
Yeah, it's a delay coming through. I'm trying to figure it because I got two screens over here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so the lady she's on the thing, and they're like, well, the way that I think she looks means that she was being assaulted by these white guys. And she's like the modern day Rosa Parks. And I'm just like, what? How do, like, every chance these people get, they disrespect black people and the history of black people and what we really went through. You're not honoring black struggle by trying to equate every little thing to real struggles that black people went through. Like, I'm being real. That's like compare Michael Jordan to everybody who has a 50-point game. You're not honoring his legacy. You're trying to diminish it by making it seem like anyone who scores 50 or 40 points in a game is on his level. That's not the case. You got it? You got it together, Johnny? Hold on. Let me see.
No, I'm trying to get this echo out. It's coming.
No, what you got to do is turn off your playback.
Where's that? Settings?
If you still got YouTube playing, turn it off. Cause I can hear myself talking.
All right, I got you now.
Okay, yeah, you should be good now.
Yeah, that was throwing me off. Yeah, man, that shit, bro. Black people worry about the worst shit.
Right. Go ahead.
What would that make you more uncomfortable than being on the blue line going through the Watts station or Imperial?
Hell no.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't even looking at the lady. When they got on the train, I heard somebody say, "Excuse me."
Bro, we're all from the city. We've all been on the blue line, the red line, going up to LA or whatever to do whatever. And a gang of hood niggas get on the train and you like, damn, it's about to be some shit about to pop off. And it usually does pop off. How can a bunch of white dudes on a bus being peaceful, minding their business? How on earth is that putting some black person's life in danger?
Dude, I don't think her life was in danger. Let me tell you what I realized watching that video. See, people don't think of the big picture. They look at the moment and they think with feelings. That was probably the safest train ride that woman ever took because nobody was going to try to do anything to her.
No, seriously. And the thing is, one thing I think with African Americans, we don't realize that other groups have like situational awareness in the sense of they know that people online will try to create a narrative if they were to do something to her. So they're going to make sure that they're extra polite. They're self-aware. I feel like black folks are the only ones who know a camera is pointing at them and be like, we just about to go up. Act as crazy as we possibly can.
Yep.
I seen a black woman charge a police officer on camera. Like she didn't even care that they're going to see this in court and you're going to go to jail for a long time.
Nah,
like
they don't give a shit, man. Look, man. It's just media fear-mongering, man. The media did that, bro. That lady didn't feel uncomfortable. She probably was shocked, like, oh, shit. But she didn't feel uncomfortable. She didn't think nothing was about to happen to her.
Right, because if you felt like something's going to happen to you, wouldn't you get your ass up and get off the bus?
Yeah,
oh, but black people are too stupid to make decisions based on situational awareness.
Yeah, nah. Man, somebody need to find that lady and have a conversation with her.
They
Anybody
really
talk to her
do.
yet?
No, of course not. They will never find her.
I would have been more nervous if everybody would have got on there with colorful hair and thongs on. That shit would have made me uncomfortable.
That would have been Long Beach.
Yeah. I'd have been more uncomfortable if everybody would have came with the little hoods on and the whole little shit, the blow up shit.
Yeah, right. Antifa. Go ahead, Justin.
No, so Brandon, I was going to say, just to give a little bit of backstory on the other side of this, you know, Patriot Front is a group that in 2017 split off from the neo-Nazi, party. And for a lot of people, it's comprised of, more likely than not, state actors. These are most likely FBI agents. They're most likely people who are being put into parades and events to report. they're being covered as a right-wing, Nazi group. But it's the idea that such a small group, I mean, we're talking like, I think it's 350 members. It's an extremely small group, or maybe 3,000 members, but it's a tiny, tiny group in the comparison of Antifa or Unite the Right or, the KKK, the Nazis, neo-Nazis, anybody. It's such a small group that to attribute any malice to them is a bit ridiculous. As far as I can see, the biggest thing they've ever done is hand out pamphlets.
Yeah. I mean, you don't hear about Patriot Front doing anything. You hear about Antifa fighting with the cops and all types of stuff, trying to stand in the driveway of the federal facilities and stuff. But it's just like, it's like the other day when somebody said, there's a guy who had a video and he said, well, how many times was Barack Obama, how many times did people the radical right-wing crazies attempt to assassinate Barack Obama? 0. But how many times have crazy liberals tried to kill Trump? Multiple times. Yeah, 3 times. So or you could almost say 4 if you count the Iranians. But
sure, yeah.
But the thing is, they keep screaming about how this group is so racist and hateful and deadly and all that. But it's like, where's the proof of that? The Proud Boys haven't even done anything. They put the leader of that guy, they put him in jail. He wasn't even at the damn Capitol.
Worse than that, he's Mexican.
Torrio. He's a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry. I know he isn't white. He is a leader of a white supremacist group. That's rich.
Right. Supremacist group led by a damn Puerto Rican.
That's another group that kind of, the problem is that the groups that are large and have gained attention are so far from the labels being put upon them. But that's all that's there to rail against. There is no KKK running down the street, pulling people up. There is nobody out there acting the way that we would imagine a horrible racist mob to be acting. And so all you're left with are these people that hand out pamphlets and say things you don't agree with, and that's fine. Historically, we've always said, I may not agree with what you say, but I'll die for your right to say it. Just because somebody says something vile and wrong doesn't make them evil. It doesn't make them anything different than you. It's now, on the other hand, if they're physically doing things and they're harming people, that's different. But words are not actions. Words are not violence. They're not, words don't hurt you.
Right.
Or at least shouldn't.
And we used to know that. We used to, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And somebody said, there were 2 attacks at the White House during Obama's presidency, and they called me a dummy, right? But see, this is why the people calling me a dummy, they're the dummies. Because if you knew anything about those situations, those were 2 Hispanics who were liberals who were mad about Obama deporting Hispanics, bro. That had nothing to do with far right.
Even if they weren't, even if they had been, horrible racist people, how many guns did they shoot at them?
There was a shooting, but it wasn't at Obama. It just,
right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's not as though he had his ear hit by a bullet. It's not as though he's had to dive behind his Secret Service. It's not as though he needs bulletproof shields at every event he goes to from now on. It's a bit of a different scenario.
Yeah, it's a difference. Exactly. But it's just Trump, they literally tried to shoot this man off stage while he's like standing up, but they tried to kill him. And another guy tried to run in and kill him. It's like, you do not see this coming from the right. You do not see this coming from the conservative side, because conservatives, we want a peaceful land, right? We want peace. We don't want to hurt anybody. We want to do things through political discourse. But the left, they don't have the information or like the leverage to like win a debate. So they have to appeal to emotion. Hyper-emotionalism.
An appeal to authority, appeal to emotion. And basically, from what I can see, what you have is people who are comfortable and willing to discuss and argue their points because they have the knowledge, they have the facts at their disposal. And you have the other side working off of an emotion. It hurts my feelings, and so I don't like it.
Right.
many people, once you get into it, and on both sides, there are many liberals and Democrats that have numbers that they feel like support their positions, but they don't generally hold up under scrutiny.
Oh, yeah, of course, because they say it. And then when you try to take the conversation past an initial statement,
Right.
I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
Right. It's problematic. It's nuanced.
No, 100%. These people are crazy, man. I'm telling you. Like this lady got on here calling someone a Nazi. Man, what proof do you have that these people are Nazis? Like, I look at everything like if we're in, because I've been taking a court over social media stuff.
Sure.
So when I talk, and I've always done this, and this is why I won, because I always think of things in the like from I look at things from the perspective of if I had to argue this in court,
could I defend it?
Could I defend my position?
Yeah.
And if I can't, I let it be. I don't have enough information. There's a person in the comments saying, you said there were no attacks. No, I didn't. I said no conservatives attempted to assassinate Obama. That's what I said.
There were no legitimate close calls or assassination attempts that came to any fruition or to any real fruition. You know, a plan. I remember there was a time Obama was going to be landing a helicopter in New Hampshire, and it was an unannounced landing. And everybody, I lived in Massachusetts at the time, and everybody was saying, you know, that it's a lunatic idea thing to do. Go to an all-white or almost all-white state and land in hunting lands. You know, land in a place where there's a lot of people with firearms. This was right when he got elected, and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. I mean, granted, it's more of a liberal area, but there certainly was a lot of people that were not for him that had an opportunity, chose not to take it. And I think that goes for everybody. Everybody has an opportunity and chooses not to take it until recently. We just haven't seen this rash of repeated attacks on a president.
No, it's been forever. It's like we're living in the past or something, like we're living under Reagan or something. But it's because the people are being radicalized, and it's like this. People see this image, and that hurts them. And all I see is a bunch of nerd-looking dudes. With masks on their face on the train. I thought of COVID. I immediately thought of COVID. Like, why the fuck? Like, I look at people wearing masks today as like either they're up to no good or something's like a little mentally wrong with them. That's what I think.
Or they're a cop.
Yeah, or they're a cop, right? So that maybe I shouldn't feel that way, right? But that's what I think. You're still wearing a mask, bro.
Hey, Brandon,
get out of the mask. Go ahead, third 3 minutes.
Hey, you want to know how you how you know it's this? Hey, what's up, Justin?
We run into each other all the time.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know how you want? Yeah. All right. This is how you can tell it's a psyop. Like it's just BS. Where the fat guys at?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
In mask at?
Every one of these dudes looks like they just got out of basic training.
They're in great shape. They're in great shape. No pudge at all.
You tell me one of them didn't binge watch a TV series while eating donuts and junk food the whole entire time?
Yeah.
Like
No, you're 100% right. Let me play real quick this crazy lady and her take on this whole situation, because I think it's necessary for context.
People who are afraid of a future that is already a power noxious idea places talking about that, but are worthy. It's a little early. That photo is probably Pulitzer worthy. It's a little early to start talking about that, but that photo is one instance of a woman on a bus surrounded by people who are wearing masks, who are about to march in Washington carrying Confederate flags. But I see that photo and I see America's workplaces. I see America's school systems. I mean, those men are wearing masks, but they go and they surround women like her in their workplaces. They will go back to a place where they can take off their mask, and then they will be working someplace where.
Wait a minute, bruh. So white, and you guys can chime in on this. So white men are at a workplace surrounding black women,
and nothing happens.
Like, are they on like the Michael Jackson like Beat It movie like video? They're in a circle and there's like a knife fight in the middle. Where is this taking place? Where are these white guys like, we're surrounding black women?
I can understand her logic being that they, you know, by being a minority, by being women in an office, a minority woman in an office, that you'll be outnumbered. However, if the worst thing that happens to you is you get to have a seat on the bus, and remember, these are some pretty terrible racist people that are letting her sit while they stand.
The thing is, when black women fought to be placed for entry into white corporate settings. So black women fought to be surrounded by white men. And I would even go as far as to say they will throw that in the face of a black man and say, we are higher than you on the social hierarchy because we have the ability to get into these spaces and be surrounded by white men. So I don't understand. Like, you got to pick a struggle. You fought to be there. Now it's a problem and it means everyone's racist. That ain't adding up for me.
I think that's a common argument by women in general, that just by the mere presence of men, that they're having damage done to them, that they're under assault and under attack, that they can feel the thoughts.
Yeah, they can feel the thoughts.
My wife does that a lot. She constantly thinks everybody else is looking at her, but I've never seen anybody look at us twice.
That has to be all women, bro. Like, I tell my wife, no one is looking at you. No one is worried about you. People are focused on what they got going on. So why are you, but it's like a projection. Really, you're looking at them. Really, you're judging them. So you assume they must be judging you because I'm judging them. It's wild. But and you other brothers got anything to chime in, or should we continue with this little clip?
Honestly, I think that's just a woman thing, like in general, bro. Like, I don't want to generalize, but like my girl, she gets like, I'm tired people just keep looking at me. I'm like, no one's fucking looking at you. Who's looking at you?
I'm looking at them and they're not looking at you. Bro, I will literally watch people.
I do that all the time.
I'd be happier if they were looking.
There's never that many white men surrounding black women coming out of DEI ever.
Well, that's true. I mean, in any circumstance, there's going to be an increased number now than there would have been previously.
I thought they were strong, independent women. They don't need no man.
I mean, the whole thing is, it's like there's a fragility there that's like, it's very evident, but no one wants to like say it. And if you mention it, you're a misogynist. You hate women. I will watch. Vanessa said, guys do be looking. Yeah, that's why you hiked your shorts up your ass, so guys would look at you. So now you do it, and it's a problem. And then if other women aren't even looking at you, they are somehow looking at you. We are in a damn movie theater. How's anyone looking at you? These people are looking at the screen. Like, how are you finding? And you have to look at them to know that they're looking at you. So maybe they're just crazy too.
What scares you more, a white man or a black woman?
Shit.
Come
Depends
on,
on the circumstance.
That's a trick question.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a scary statistic?
Go for it.
You're more likely to be killed by a black woman than a white man.
Well, of course, that's normal.
Well,
No. I mean, by the numbers per capita.
You don't even have to tell a black man that. We know that inherently.
Yeah.
I don't just mean black people. I mean in general. Like the number.
Yeah, they're hyper emotional. So
yeah. The way the numbers work out per capita, it's like 3.7 per 100,000 and 1.7 or 2 for white men.
I would say they're probably the group in the country who's held the least accountable for their actions. Like, black women have gotten away with some shit that blew my mind. Like, what?
Got away with
women in general. Yeah. Women in general.
Listen, I saw my sister. We were in the courthouse. I just told this story on my pod the other day. We were in the courthouse. My sister got in a physical fight with 14 sheriff's deputies. They had to pin her on the ground. Do you know 30 minutes later, she walked out that courthouse like nothing happened? I said, how does this person not get arrested?
You'd have gotten 5 years in jail.
I'm talking about pushing faces, grabbing, snatching, wrestling. They pin her down. And I walked out because she was embarrassing. 30 minutes later, I'm on the phone with my granny in front, standing next to my brother. She walked out of that place like nothing happened and tried to fight us both.
I watched my sister burn a car down, bro. Literally set a car on fire. Got arrested. She had a warrant out for her arrest as it is. No, she actually had 2 warrants out for her arrest in 2 different counties. They put her on probation.
Yeah. And there's a huge
And she
disparity.
didn't go to jail. I was like, what?
They say if you want to know who's controlling the society, just find out who you can't criticize, you know?
Or incarcerate.
Man, I could go on and on with stories about, I saw a chick hit a dude with a car. He died. His body flew up in the air. He hit the ground, burst open. He died. That's when I was a kid. That lady is walking around Long Beach to this day. She's walking around. She might have did a little time, but she should have got life. You kill someone with a vehicle. No, she's walking around right now.
My ex-fiance hit me with a car. Like, I didn't even know like who hit me with a car, but I realized, wait, that's my car. I realized that damn bumper sticker. And yeah, so the people at the church called the police. She got caught up and everything. Judge dismissed the charges.
I'm telling you, hey, listen, immunity, man, qualified immunity. These people, women have more immunity than law enforcement, bro. Like they can get away. A lady just got off. I think she was black. I don't know if that was Florida, but she drowned her kids and she got off. She said it was because of COVID.
Yeah, emotional distress.
Bruh.
There's, it goes to the bigotry of low expectations. Women are looked at as a weak, delicate creature that couldn't possibly do evil. And they take advantage, many of them, not all, of course, but many take advantage of that in the courthouse. It comes down to, jury nullification. Could you really convince 12 people who have all their life thought that women are not dangerous and not capable of things, that they really did this on purpose and deserve to be punished for it?
Man, it's wild. But just the idea that people could say that they feel scared with these guys on the train, it's like, but you're not afraid when you're in she shouldn't be afraid when she's in Washington D.C. with one of the most violent groups of young black men. They doing carjackings. I just read a story happened a couple years ago. A 12-year-old was killed by an off-duty security guard because the 12-year-old was trying to carjack him, trying to rob him for his car.
Yeah.
Black people are afraid of every single thing, but aren't afraid of their violent communities. What did you say, John?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, somebody got an echo.
Yeah, there's been an echo a while. I'm on a headset, so no, it's not me.
Yeah, I'm on the headset. It ain't me either.
Go ahead, Johnny. Let me see if that's you. I selected echo cancellation. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta kill that thing. But man, look, we've dealt with black women. I don't even call the police on black women. Last time I called the police on a black woman, I went to jail. Real shit. They start reading my tattoos and asking me all kind of shit. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, I called you guys.
What does this have to do with, right? What does my tattoos have to do with anything? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Please stop with this. Like, how can the group who has the most protection, the most immunity from their actions in the country, how can they feel scared of anything? I feel like we're more scared of them because we know they can do anything to us and nothing's going to happen.
Hey, Brandon, I'm about to start saying I'm a strong, independent black man. I don't need no woman.
Hey.
Flip this. I'm gonna start flipping the script on their asses now.
Man, they have literally used like wordplay to like spellbind the whole country, because it's like they're like say his name, say her name, all that stuff. I think there's power behind that stuff, because even if you don't like want to believe it or buy into it, if they say it so much, it's kind of like you start falling into it. Like, oh, say her name.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean, you want to assign blame for this, but the reality is you believe what society tells you. And if the TV keeps telling you that the right wing's out to get you, that the men are out to get you, that that it's all the other person's fault, you don't see your own faults. You don't see the reality looking you in the face. You know, people need to learn from their own experiences, but also from the real statistical analysis of the country, and not just what made it to the news. The news is sensationalist, not reality.
Right.
And that actually goes back to what you were saying about Trump. They call Trump the most vile things on this earth. They compare him to the most vile people in history. And that's why he has so many assassination attempts on his life.
1,000%.
He didn't call Obama those things. The worst thing what Trump said was he's not American. But they call Trump the R word. They compare him to Hitler. They call him a Nazi. Like, come on, man.
I remember when there was a Trump rally at the Madison Square Gardens. Like 3 of the people who I work with, they went there to the Madison Square Garden to the Trump rally and everything like that. And I remember watching the news, comparing it to a Nazi rally in Nazi Germany. And the 3 dudes who went there, they were all kosher people. They're part of the kosher community. And I'm just like, well, there was a large group of kosher people went to that rally at Madison Square Garden. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, there was literally I think if I remember correctly, there was a rabbi who did like a 5-minute speech, and the media had the nerve to compare that to a Nazi rally. Was quite insulting, in my opinion, and quite offensive. Because we know the history, we know the history of the world, what happened back in the day, and it's just what the media do is, in my opinion, that's the reason why I kind of do question history, is the fact that y'all play on words so easy. Oh shit! Almost hit a bird. Damn. Well, I almost hit a bird. A bird almost hit me. That was a close call, buddy. And it was a hawk. One of my favorite birds, besides bald eagle. Anyway, but so yeah, it's like the play on words what the media has done. Like I seriously, I have questioned a lot of our American history. It has me going back to, well, I'm questioning some of the things about the civil rights era because of the fact that I have talked to many Black folks who was raised during the Jim Crow era, segregation and all of that. And about half of the people I have met, they didn't know that there was segregation going on until they start hearing about it with the civil rights leaders, like with the freedom riders and all that, because during that time they were in Jim Crow South, middle of Georgia, going to school with white kids. They lived in a mixed community with white people. There was no racism going on in their town. And so it just makes me question a lot about history, even though I'm not dumb to think that it didn't happen, because you have pictures, photos, and all that shit that could prove that. But it just makes me question some of the history. I don't know about you guys. How y'all feel?
Well, on that note, I have a question. Maybe you guys can fact check this for me. As I recall, I believe Martin Luther King, or one of the major civil rights leaders, was actively promoting the idea of equal but separate. He wanted Black women with Black men living in Black communities, separated from the white communities, but equal under the law, but separated by race. That they shouldn't intermingle. And if a white man had said the same thing, he'd be vilified.
Wasn't that Malcolm X, basically?
It may have been. I'm not 100% sure. I have heard this previously, but I wasn't able to verify it.
That's basically, Malcolm X right there, because I know Martin Luther King was a... God, go ahead,
There's
brother.
many in history that'll tell you that before civil rights, that was like the black utopia. Like, black people were better off segregated than they are when we integrated.
Certainly in outcomes for, married households and the amount of keeping your children with one family, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, the largest decrease, sorry, the largest decrease in in the wealth gap happened between the 1900s and 1960s. That was black folks right there. The largest decrease in the wealth gap in the history of the world, where you're talking about black folks from post-slavery onto the civil rights, happened in that era. Then right when after you could say the civil rights era happened, it's basically been at a steadily a slow decline. Like it's a slow decline, but it kind of has pretty much flattened out ever since then. And so we were doing great during that time. You're talking about what, between 80 and 90% marriage rates. Black people, we were all together. But now look at the marriage rates now. You're talking about only 29% of black women will ever get married.
Yeah, ever.
Well, civil rights was the worst deal in American history, bro. Like, look at what we asked for in comparison to what you asked for you asked for equality without equity. Give me the same bills, but don't give me the same income.
I just don't understand the appeal of getting your ass beat to be able to go sit down next to somebody and eat a sandwich. Like, even like bro, who cares? Like,
last I checked, white food wasn't that good anyway.
It was optics. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I go to Roscoe's or something, it's all white people and Asians in there. They come in to sit with us. I think capitalism would have eventually corrected all that in a much healthier way, but it was just the optics. Martin Luther King basically was like a socialist, bro. That's the reality. He
was actually a communist. He was actually.
Yeah,
like,
it was illegal to be a communist at that time, so I was just using.
Well, it was because what was his name? Was it his name J. Edgar Hoover?
Yeah, Hoover was investigating him.
A lot of people. If you learn a little bit about the history, I grew up thinking, oh, Hoover was against Malcolm, was against Martin Luther King. Actually, Hoover looked out for Martin Luther King more than once, because Hoover told him, do not go to a certain meeting to where communists were going to be at. He didn't. Hoover did not tell him that, oh, we're literally doing an investigation on these people. We literally have spies on these people. Do not go there so you won't get caught up. Martin Luther King went there anyway, got caught up. Hoover still looked out for him.
Hoover's a bit of a sore subject, because he really basically was a blackmailer. His whole use of the FBI was for political favors. He would find out dirt on anyone. It wasn't racial at all. He didn't care about your politics. He would investigate everyone and then use it against you to get you to do what he wanted.
Which is what the FBI is doing right now to everyone.
I mean, that was how it was founded. That was its whole purpose.
Let me get this super chat. Did you see Jason Whitlock cover the South Carolina cop beating? Black women agitated the assault, then walked away and left the men to get arrested. You said the same thing before. I say that all the time. Black women will literally
write a check,
create a bad situation. They will push it to the limit, and then they'll instigate a situation, and then they'll walk away. My mom used to do stuff like that, so I know. But I want to get into that a little bit. Shout out to All Gas No Breaks for the $9.99 super chat. And while we're here, let's get my brother Heavy Gant Reacts with the $50 holler. Thank you, my brother. Keep applying pressure, bro. You know I will. The views are looking good. But thank you so much, my brother, for the $50 holler. I appreciate that. That's love, much love. My bro came through in a major way. Yeah. So I want you guys to check this video out. We're basically going to be demonetized at this point, but we're good because we're getting contributions. Guys, I will pretty much play anything if I get contributions because that's going to kill your monetization when you pay something. But I want you guys to check this out. These black women, it's black women beating up this female cop. I want you to know that.
I didn't even see this.
You never saw it? They're hitting her with sticks and everything. None of the women were arrested, only the men. But the black women started this whole thing. That's a female. Look at this female hitting her with like a baseball bat or something.
Is that a female cop? Yeah, okay. It's a female
cop. Yeah. Look, she's hitting her. Look.
Taser.
Now, why you as a grown-ass man, it almost, to me, seemed like the black guy was trying to help the cop. And he ended up getting, see, look, you see, it's like he's
trying to drag her out.
He's trying to pick her up off the ground.
Oh, by her throat.
No, he has like one under her armpit. Let me see.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, you're right. He's grabbing her vest. I thought it was her neck.
Yeah, he's trying to, it looked to me like he's trying to keep this other, because if you look when it starts, there's a black lady punching her right there. And it looked like he's kind of pushing her off.
Yeah, he's turning for sure.
Yeah, he's pulling her away. Then he's trying to like pick her up. You see? He's trying to help her up. But he loses his balance. And then this cop grabs him. And then he shoots him with the taser. But to me, it looked like this guy right here was trying to help the lady. I mean, at least I know if I was arrested, that's what I would have said. I would have said I was trying to help her.
And the truth is, he could use that defense. What this really comes down to is female police officers.
Wait a minute. Wait. Look at this. Now, didn't we see little Miss Thing right here hitting the cop with the stick? They're so busy arresting him. She's still holding the stick. And she looks like she might be a kid. She's still holding the stick, which doesn't mean anything. Because
age of culpability.
They should have fired on her. She's the one hitting the cop with the stick. And the cops are like, go away, you precious little angel, so you can one day kill again.
He's telling her go away.
He should have been arresting her. Look. And her big ass, she thick as hell. But look, this little girl's hitting the cop with the stick. The other cops have to see this. He literally pushed her on the ground, so he saw it. The cop pushed her on the ground. They all get to walk away. Look at this one. Look. Well, she's on her, but it looks like they might have let her up. I'm looking at it again, so okay, they're on her. They got that one at least. But dude, they all should have went to jail. If I was him, I would have been screaming. I was helping her.
You said they should have went to Brandon.
What?
You from the east side of Long Beach, brother. What would have happened?
Oh, everybody would have got shot probably.
Everybody would have been dead.
Yeah, if you in California, you try some shit like this, you probably gonna end up getting shot. The police go.
Hey, those cops showed a lot of restraint, bro. They put a taser out.
It looks like it's in the South too.
Well, from the police officer's point of view, they've got to be careful because they don't know what the woman officer has done or did that may have provoked any of this. That, she may have ended up in a situation where there was no deadly threat, and then she created one by getting herself knocked down, getting her weapons taken away from her. This is a dangerous situation for a male officer to be in, coming in hot and heavy and ready to support your partner, and your partner ends up putting you in a bad situation.
The thing, though, where it starts is if she was given a lawful order and you were disobeying it. That if she was given a lawful order and you were disobeying it from that point, there's really no excuse for you touching the cop or doing anything.
No doubt. But cops being in an adversarial position, she should have said, you know what? You're not going to listen to me. I'm going to keep my eyes on you. Take a step back. I'm going to get two other officers over here, and we're going to take you out of here.
Right.
Instead, she started a melee where she was outnumbered, outgunned, not outgunned per se, but she was overwhelmed. She ends up on her back, and now her weapon becomes the subject's weapon.
Yeah, this is bad. Did they get her weapon off her?
They could have. They didn't, but they absolutely could have. There's nothing that would have stopped them. I mean, her stick arms aren't going to do it.
My thing is like, you're a cop, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you even get in this situation? But this lady right here might go
by trying to be a man.
Yeah, I'm not a big advocate of female cops, man. I played a video. I reacted to a video in California where a female cop pulled a gun on a suspect. He walked up to her and took her gun out of her hand. Did you see that?
Yep. It's not even uncommon because the female officer doesn't have the hands necessary to go physical with a subject. So now they have to resort to a tool. The taser is most likely going to fail. The pepper spray is going to gas her out too. So now it's a gun. That's the only option she has. Every incident becomes a nail, and she only has a hammer.
And then she had the gun and didn't even use it effectively in this situation, because I would have shot at least 2 of them.
Well, if she had, she'd probably be in jail.
Man, I can't see a jury in South Carolina that's convicted her. She is in South Carolina.
Wasn't no jury about to convict her. Man, look, I can tell you how that whole situation started. Somebody got apprehended. Everybody else, get off of her. You ain't got to do all this.
Yes.
Look, that was imminent life and death danger right there. She had every right to let 1 or 2 of them have it.
Maybe I'm speaking more from a policy perspective. You know, she should not have policy-wise put herself in that position to create
procedural perspective. Of course, you're in that situation because you definitely didn't follow procedure there.
That's really what I'm getting at. Less about the legality of it, more about the what was she trained and what was she taught. But she's going based off of, well, if I was a man, I wouldn't have to go get back up. And so I'm just going to use my big, strong muscles in my mouth to write a check my ass can't cash.
This is a bad look. I mean, I would maybe have to ask her to resign because she doesn't look like she's really capable of handling herself in those situations. What if those other cops weren't there? And you know, when you get out in the South, a lot of times they'll have a female cop patrolling alone.
Well, always, almost, because they have to respond to every male who has a female detainee.
Right.
They're constantly roving. But this is how you end up with a police station with 65% of its police force that's inside the office is women, because they go out for a month or 2 or a year, they get into one fight, they file a disability claim, and then they get put on desk duty.
It's, man. That's
she's traumatized, man.
Oh yeah, no. She's gonna have PTSD. She's gonna be afraid of everybody.
Right.
She's the one who's gonna shoot somebody now because now she's shell shocked.
Worse than that, let's say they don't pull her off, put her on desk duty. They put her back out in the street, and the next time she comes up, she just shoots them.
She's gonna kill someone.
The defense is gonna come back and say, "Well, why didn't you shoot in this situation?" And so now she's an ineffective cop.
Yeah, it's. Ah, man, there's a lot of downside to this, but this just
a lot of people don't understand, why police procedures and policies are the way they are, and that's really it. You have to hold a singular line where you can't look back and say, "Well, you didn't do it then. Why'd you do it now?" And it gets used. It gets used to protect people quite often, and it gets used against cops a lot. And a lot of times they walk into it knowingly. They were told better. They were taught better. They were told you can't do this. They just maybe don't like it. It doesn't feel nice. It makes them feel like they're not as good as their male counterparts. And so they've got to prove something.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of why I tell people not to mess with the police, though. You don't know if an officer has been through something like this already. Now, you don't know what type of officer you're running across. So listen, argue in court.
Yeah.
The sidewalk is not where you argue at.
Yes.
And then you got the other people riled up. Listen, there was barbecue and Hennessy cracking over there, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody was in their right mind. Yeah. No.
Barbecue and Hennessy, bro.
Barbecue and Hennessy.
Barbecue and Hennessy at the.
But you're 100% right. The street is not where you adjudicate anything. The police are not there to help you in the sense of proving your innocence. They can't. They legally cannot testify for you. They are only there to gather evidence against you and to bring you, to transport you from there to court. Court is where you get to argue. The less you say to a cop, the better. The more you cooperate, the better. The faster you'll get in, not have any resistance charges, get your bail, go to court, get out. Then you can get your lawyer and work on what was right and wrong.
Amen, brother. Because last time I had to deal with the police, they called another officer out there who speaks sign, like sign language and shit because they thought I was deaf.
Because you just wouldn't answer.
Man, I ain't even say nothing. I just hand over my ID, and I was just quiet. He'd be like,
yeah, if you feel like it's a volatile situation, silence is your friend. Just don't say shit. Like even if I talk to a cop or a cop pulls me over and I could feel like the machismo coming off the guy, because you could feel it when they're kind of like they want to give you a hard time. Just say nothing. You have the right to remain silent. They don't need to read you Miranda for you to know that.
Short of your name and yeah.
Follow the lawful orders. You know, hey.
Before I handed my ID, he starts speaking Spanish because he thought I only spoke Spanish. And I hand over my ID. Oh, this motherfucker's deaf. We gotta call somebody out here, man.
No, seriously.
You're a dark truck driver, so you know you're of course going to be an immigrant.
Well, the whole entire time, I thought I was in the wrong. I thought I did something wrong. He was just like, "Oh no, you're a fucking witness, dude. We were just trying to get you to see, like, yo, what did you see?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" Then that's when I pulled out my handy dandy camera and showed him the whole entire shit because I was inside the truck stop, and when they came out, it was just all cops, like all surrounded my truck, and it was just some guy laid out on the ground and shit. I'm like, oh snap.
And the truth is, you're not wrong for feeling that way. You know, the number of times that friendly conversation will be used against you with an officer, it's not worth having it.
Well, now, that was back in the day. Now, oh man, I love police now, bro. Man, dude, they have treated me good. I remember one situation. I had a guy try to rob me and everything, and well, he realized 3 men ain't no bitch, so he got his ass whooped by me. Then the police came. Well, he started resisting with the police, and they started whooping his ass and shit. The officer came over to me, was like, "Are you okay?" And I was just like, "Yes, officer, I'm absolutely okay." Man, dude, they threw one of them SA blankets over me and shit, and I'm like over here just like acting like I'm cold and shit. And they were like, "Would you like some hot chocolate?" I'm like, "Y'all got hot chocolate in your fucking vehicles?" Man, dude. Man, I fuck with the police now. Well, it's because I'm no longer a criminal. Back then, I was a criminal, so I used to do a lot of criminal activity. I'm just gonna say that. Election. But
isn't your life so much better now that you're not a criminal?
Oh, dude, absolutely, bro. I know, guys. I'm proud to say, I no longer get nervous whenever the police gets behind me, guys.
Right.
Yeah. I see the police. Boy, man, I do 70 and 50. They just wave and shit.
Hey, come
it's
to
the highway
California.
patrol I gotta watch, but
come to California, they won't pull you over for shit. I mean, bro, sometimes I do something and the cop like what 4th of July, I was speeding on the freeway. I was doing about 95. It was a highway patrol.
95 in California?
Listen,
Ooh.
it was a highway patrol car sitting right in my blind spot. Bro pulled up on the side of me, looked at me, and just and went past me like he was driving a Charger. He didn't give a damn. They're like not pulling people over anymore in California, bro. They're not stopping people, bro. A lot of people.
I'm in the wrong state.
Hey Johnny, are you noticing that the cops aren't doing any pullovers like if you come to Long Beach, like they will not stop you. They just like busy doing something else. I guess they'll drive right, they'll pass you and just keep it moving.
Speeding tickets ain't what they looking for, man. I didn't have police pull me over and tell me I'm looking for guns and dope.
Yeah.
Yep, that's New York. That is definitely New York right there. Because
interstate travel. Yeah.
I remember back in the day, we was in the back. We was just we was smoking, my favorite green plant, and literally the police just walked up on us and shit. And he was just like, "Yo, where the guns and drugs at? Where the guns and dope at? Where's it at?" And I just pulled out my bag out of my pocket. I was like, "Here you go." And he looked at me. He was like, "We ain't looking for that ish. We looking for dope, bruh." I'm like, I don't know anything about it. And they got pissed off. They were more pissed off at me for pulling out my bag than for me not having.
What you doing with that?
Hey, let me tell you a story. Listen, when I was still in Long Beach, being bad, my house literally got raided. I'm talking about they went and flipped the fucking house, right? Sorry, Brandon, about cussing on your thing. But they went and flipped the house. They came out and said, all we found was this quarter pound of weed. Where are the guns and dope? I said, y'all got everything I got. They said, do you think we use this much manpower looking for some weed? Left the weed, didn't fix the house, let everybody go.
Man, they ain't trying to get the big stuff because they need to know who they gonna go into business with. That's what it is. They like, we need.
It's all business.
Our contact needs pounds, keys, man. We gotta raid every house so we can bring it to them. But guys, listen, we're gonna do final thoughts. You got 1 minute. We go around the circle, and we're gonna close out. We'll start with you, 3-man podcast. Then Justin. Then we'll let my boy, my Johnny, close us out since he's the first. It's his first time.
Well, black folks, to all my black folks, we are here, and we got to start doing a great separation, guys. It's because we got to start distinguishing the good black folks. Okay, can I say? I can say the N word with the A, right? I can say that, right?
Nigga.
Okay, we got to make the separation for the good black folks and niggas. See, these niggas out here making y'all look bad. Hell, making me look bad. You a hardworking black man. You a hardworking black woman. You raised your family right. But these niggas out here is making us look crazy in all races. They out here preaching on behalf of a murderer who killed a teenage kid for a push. That's niggas for you. Black folks like over here, like, yeah, it's wrong for him to push the kid, but come on, a push, you follow up with a knife, that's wrong. So us black folks, we got to start separating ourselves. We got to do our best to move the needle and move away from these folks. And that's pretty much all I got to say. And I'm a strong, independent black man. Don't need no woman.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
So I think this is actually a race neutral argument. Shame is a thing that went away a long time ago, and it needs to come back. You need to hold your community and your community and your brothers and sisters of all colors, your neighbors, accountable for their actions. Until you do, your neighborhoods won't improve, your lives won't improve, and you're going to be viewed as the worst of your community. You're going to be lumped in with the worst of your community. It's the same reason that you've got people from Africa that will not accept being called black, because they are not part of the what they imagine as the American black community. Even when they come here, they don't want to be associated. They want to be separated. This is not an uncommon thing. We dealt with it in the Italian community. We dealt with it in the Irish community. We've dealt with it in, all communities have dealt with it. But all of those communities historically have reverted back to a Catholic Christian upbringing of this is right, this is wrong, that's it. And if you're doing wrong, we're going to call you for it.
All right. Thank you. My Johnny, go ahead.
Man, look, y'all said everything I needed to say. I'm going to just end it with a fun fact, okay? If Jesus came back today, he'd be canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Let that marinate.
No, that's true. That's true. I would pay money to hear these niggas, these liberals, pick him apart, everything he say, and purposely pretend to not get what he means and flip this around. Oh, that's misogynistic and all this type of stuff. These people, it's like they're on a dead end. They're going on like a dead end street. They're on like a bridge to nowhere, but they don't understand. They can't see it. It's like eventually this monster turns on you. This is Frankenstein right here. Eventually this monster eats everyone, even the people who created it. And you see it now. Like, it's so funny watching liberals get older. It's so funny watching like gay pride festivals all around the nation collapse because now the gays are getting older and they're like, I don't want to take my kid to that. That's messed. Like, I don't want naked dudes in front of my kids. Like, we got a lot of them here in California, Johnny, as you probably know. They're making TikToks. I'm not taking my kids to Pride. I don't want my kids seeing some naked man running up and down, with his stuff hanging out. And it's like, and so now all the Pride festivals are collapsing and going bankrupt. And it's like, none of these people will feel the same way later. Once the old white ladies die off, because that's like the last element of like people who are supposed to be mature, who dumb themselves down to go along with this nonsense. Once the elderly white women liberals die off, you're going to have like a period where it's like, I think people are going to kind of wake up, because a lot of the liberals, they look to these old feminists as like kind of like for approval, right? For validation. Because if somebody with a wrinkled face says it, you naturally think, well, this person lived their whole life thinking this, so there must be some truth to it. What they don't realize is, no, this person lived their whole life hiding these feelings because they know they were bullshit and didn't make sense. And when they got older, they gained enough traction among the youth for them to come out and express them openly. So it's like, I think the world will heal itself eventually. I just hope they don't do too much damage in the meantime. Thank you guys for coming up. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Thank you.
The pendulum always swings.
Has to.
Appreciate you having me up.
Thank you. Thank you, on my Johnny. Thank you, 3-Man Podcast. Thank you, Justin. And thank all of you for watching. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to go earlier because volleyball season is starting. My daughter plays volleyball, and they play like 3 or 4 every day. Well, when they play. So I'm going to probably move this a little earlier so I don't have a conflict in my schedule. But I appreciate y'all being here. I know this wasn't one of our usual topics, but I appreciate you guys staying with me, riding it out with me. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate every single thing you do for me in this channel. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.